What's that Taylor Swift song with Kendrick Lamar? Bad Blood? Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because today we are going out there and talking about the Bad Blood. Heading into today's matchup between the Montreal Canadiens and the Ottawa Senators. Now, there are a few notes that we could go out there loosely talking about the lines and who's in the lineup and whatever. And I think it's necessary to dive into some of these talking points before the game begins at what is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mostly because, when it comes to one of the most important names on the Ottawa Senators, turns out he's actually missing from practice, or he was. Who knows if he's going to play later tonight, but we did have ourselves word that Brady Tkachuk, Linus Ullmark, and Nick Jensen were absent from Sens practice this morning. Your first line in Ottawa was Fabian Zetterlund, Tim Stützle, and Claude Giroux. Second line was David Perron, Dylan Cousins, and Drake Batherson, followed up by Ridley Grigg, Shane Pinto, Michael Amadio, and then Highmore and Gaudette. That's it. There are asterisks as the final winger here, so I'm just going to assume that means nobody suited up in those positions. And a lot of this may be because of what Brady Tkachuk suffered through 3 days ago against the Toronto Maple Leafs. He ended up taking a puck to the face, and it was a really bad situation here. Puck kind of popped up on him, and he was just skating backwards, and it clocked him right under the eye, it looked like. So, super unfortunate situation there. Who knows if that in particular is the reason why Brady is not participating in practice? Who knows if Brady is going to play today? But this ultimately bodes well into the storyline. Because when you think about the game itself, Marc-Olivier Beaudoin had this tweet earlier this morning. Huge game in perspective at the Bell Center tonight as the Canadiens will face the Sens. Not only is there an undeniable rivalry between the two clubs, but the stakes will be high. A Canadiens victory combined with the Rangers' defeat, and the Habs take the final wildcard spot. A regulation Canadiens victory would also bring them within 4 points of the Senators. This is the Canadiens' most important game in the last 3 years. I think so. And with Brady Tkachuk just kind of floating around there, maybe being in, maybe being out, we'll figure it out soon. This, of course, adds much more stakes to what's going to be a slobber knocker of a game. Now, the reason we're making this video is because of that rivalry, and what Arber Xhekaj'S had to say about the situation here. Take a look at this tweet made by Priyanta Emrith. Arber Xhekaj'S spoke about if there's a rivalry between the Canadiens and the Senators. Yeah, big time. They're probably our least favorite team, I would say, for sure. He also said this about playing at the Bell Center on Saturday. It's like we stepped up our game and the fans stepped it up even more. It's a special town and a special place to play. This, of course, comes hand in hand with some of the comments that Xhekaj'S made 3 weeks ago, giving a warning to Brady Tkachuk after the Four Nations Face-Off tournament. It was a really big deal, and we made a video about this all those weeks ago. Arber Xhekaj'S speaking out into the media, saying, yeah, if this guy ends up playing against us, he better watch out. I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. And those comments, of course, were taken out of context, and a lot of people did the lost in translation thing because they were in English, and then they were translated to French, and then they were republished again in English. So a double translation ended up skewing some of the meaning behind the words that Xhekaj'S said. But he did say, I'll butt heads with him, I'll go right at him, I'll fire him up, I don't care. That is essentially Xhekaj'S message over to Sens captain Brady Tkachuk. Again, if he doesn't play, Brady doesn't, then I guess we're just going to have to see Xhekaj'S take out all that anger and pent-up emotion on some other poor Ottawa Senator guy. But Brady Tkachuk is the main dude. He is the main target, and that is exactly what Arber Xhekaj'S is expecting. They do have a history, after all. Might I remind you what happened back in October of 2024? Xhekaj'S said he wanted to make his life miserable. I want his evening to be painful. What I give him must be stronger than what he gives to us. So that warning was a really big deal all the way back when the comments were published. at the end of February, but of course this game is going to be a lot more than just Arber Xhekaj going out there and hurting guys, hopefully. Hopefully we see a little bit more from the Montreal Canadiens in this contest, but ultimately I wanted you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about today's Montreal and Ottawa game? It's going to be a big one. Lots on the line here, lots to fight for, lots to pay attention to with the New York Rangers and their game against the Calgary Flames, which will be going on at the same time. So the standings, the wild card race, it's really heating up here, folks. And with New York having 2 more games played, yet 1 more point than Montreal, this, of course, is going to be a lot more dire for them. They need to win their game against Calgary today, which I'm kind of conflicted about, to be honest, because I am a Canucks fan, and I would love to see the Calgary Flames lose yet again. They got smoked by Toronto yesterday. I would love to see them get another big fat L against the New York Rangers, but I'm also thinking about the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know. The New York Rangers, if they lose this game in regulation at Calgary, it's really good for Montreal, right? So I don't know. Whose playoff hopes do I want to prioritize in this hockey game between the Flames and the Rangers? You know, this would all be solved if my favorite teams just won their own games, right? Like, if Montreal can just guaranteed beat Ottawa today in regulation, if Vancouver can beat Winnipeg in regulation, by the way, haha, good luck with that, then it's okay if one of New York or Calgary wins, because one of them has to win, right? So I'm just kind of sitting here thinking maybe from a danger management point of view, it's better for New York to win against Calgary, because Calgary is in a much tighter race with Vancouver. New York has a little bit of extra ground to cover versus Montreal, and I only say that because they have more games played. And if Montreal comes out swinging and they win today against Ottawa, then that just kind of tightens everything up a little bit more. Yeah, I think maybe I'm going to be cheering for New York. I don't know. It's only because they're playing Calgary, man. Calgary cannot afford to get any points here from my Vancouver Canucks perspective, love and heart. Ultimately, this is a weird way that everything has culminated into. What a coincidence, right? Both my favorite teams in such a stark playoff hunt, and the 2 teams that are serving as the biggest threats are playing off against each other in the opposite side. So Calgary, New York, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who are you going to be cheering for? I know this isn't a video really marketed towards Vancouver Canucks fans, so I don't think we're going to have Canucks fans in the comment section saying, oh yeah, I want New York to win. Probably going to be a lot of Canadiens fans biting a bullet and saying, yeah, what the hell? Calgary, go Calgary. Screw the New York Rangers. But ultimately, my heart lies in split directions here, so it's going to be tough. It's like I'm having an affair. I'm like the Conjuring lady with George Clooney and Up in the Air. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about today's Canadiens and Senators game and Arber Xhekaj'S warning to Brady Tkachuk. Let's talk about it one more time before the game today. If Brady doesn't play, then okay, that's fine. We can give the Canadiens a better chance at getting 2 points. But if Brady does play, who knows? Is Arber Xhekaj going to go out there and beat the crap out of the guy? Let me know in the comment section. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.